Let's begin. Today is July 23rd, 2024, and we're solving the Daily Turing Machine Puzzle. Today's puzzle uses the following 5 criteria cards. Criteria card 2, 8, 12, 17, and 19. And the puzzle uses the orange verification cards. The code above is your way to get more information on today's puzzle by searching the code on turingmachine.info. Let's go solve. So in the grid above, we've got our 5 criteria cards. On the top row, we've got criteria card A, criteria card B, and criteria card C. On the bottom row, we've got criteria card D and criteria card E. Criteria card A looks at our first digit, the triangle digit, and compares it to the number 3. So should the value of triangle be less than 3? Should it be equal to 3? Or should triangle be greater than 3? Criteria card B looks at our 3-digit solution, and the Turing Machine will let us know how many 1s are in our solution. Should there be no 1s, a single 1, perhaps 2, maybe even all 3 are 1. Criteria card C looks at our first and last digits, triangle and circle, and compares them. So should the triangle value be less than circle? Should they be equal? Or should the triangle value be greater than circle? Criteria card D looks again at our 3-digit solution, and the Turing Machine will let us know how many of the digits in the solution are even. Should there be no even, a single even, 2, perhaps even all 3 should be even. And finally, criteria card E will look at our first 2 digits, triangle and square, add them together, and compare the sum to the number 6. So should the sum be less than 6? Should it be equal to 6? Or should the sum be greater than 6? Remember, the objective of today's puzzle is to find that unique 3-digit code that abides by all the 5 criteria cards we just described. And let's begin with an initial proposal of 314. So the first thing I want to test is I want to see how many evens there are. So let's go ahead and test criteria card D. Okay, so if you look at my proposal, I have 2 odds to a single even. The Turing Machine approves of that. So yes, indeed, I do have a single even digit. So let's go ahead and type that up in section D. Now, obviously, at this point, we don't know which one it is, but we do know there's 1 even, and then there are obviously 2 odds. So the next thing that I'd like to test, let me go ahead and test criteria card E and find out something about the sum of the first 2 digits. Okay, so again, the Turing Machine does approve of my proposal. Notice I do have a 3 and a 1, totaling 4 for triangle and square, and that sum is indeed less than 6. So let's go ahead and type that up. And that goes in section E, that triangle plus square is less than 6. Now that does tell us something about the values of triangle and square, and that is that if I want the overall sum to be less than 6, neither triangle nor square can be a 5. Because at a minimum, if I add 5 to a 1, that's already 6 or greater. So in order to guarantee that sum to be less than 6, again, neither triangle nor square can be a 5. And then, so again, we're looking at, some digits between 1 and 4 for triangle and square. It could be that triangle, right? We do have that criteria card A. Triangle could be greater than 3, making it a 4. And that would help us to identify square. We also have, it would be interesting, criteria card C as well, in comparing the first and last digits. I'm trying to see what would benefit the most. I could test A, and if it's small enough, maybe even circle could be greater than it. I do have triangle less than circle in my proposal. Let's see. Yeah, at this point there really are so many possibilities. I think let me go ahead and test criteria card A. See something about triangle. Okay, so in this case, it does not agree with my proposal. I did choose a 3. Maybe that was, in retrospect, maybe I should have picked C. I really didn't see that it equaled to 3. Obviously, picking less than 3, I've got 2 possibilities. I guess I only had 1 possibility with greater than 3. So, but nonetheless, so either, let's see, how can I phrase my notes in section A? Because I already know that 5 isn't a possibility. We'll say that triangle is either less than it's less than 3, or we'll say, you know, even though technically greater than 3, well, let's do that. Yeah, let's just say or greater than 3. In other words, 4. just to give us a reminder, even though, you know, we already have it on the little grid section here. So okay, so that does it for the round. We've already completed our 3 Turing tests. So now we're going into the phase of where we'll be discussing how to construct a good second round proposal. Okay, so we still don't know, we didn't test criteria card B, seeing how many 1s there are, and we didn't test the ordering between triangle and circle. So an interesting proposition would be, what if there were no 1s at all, 0 1s? How would that affect the sum? So if there were no 1s, that means I guess 4 would also be invalid, and so that would mean that the sum would have to be 2 and 3 in some combination between triangle and square. And if that were the case, how would that affect? Oh, and by the way, there would be, I guess, technically 1 even. So there'd be your even, and that would mean circle would be the other odd. And since there are no 1s, I guess technically there's nothing that says you can't have duplicates. So what could circle be? It would have to be another odd. Oh, and by the way, triangle can't be 3 either. So, oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, so in fact, let me add that if there are no 1s, triangle would have to be 2. So it'd be 2 for triangle. But again, there is no discussion about there not being any, well, okay, it would have to be an odd, because I can only have one even. So it'd be 2, 3, and then 5. And is there any concern that, you know, it's a 5? It'd have to be greater than 2. So why not say 2, 3, 3? Yeah, I don't think there's anything that would invalidate it outright, because obviously 3 is greater than 2. So it doesn't, I think that would be ambiguous. 2, 3, 3 and 2, 3, 5 would be ambiguous, you know, provided triangle were less than 2 and there'd be no 1s. Could it be that there's a single 1? But then that just complicates things a bit too much. It could be, if triangle is greater than 3, that would be the 4, forcing square to be 1. And then actually that would be a good starting point, because circle 3 is less than 4 and circle 5 is greater than 4, which would be, I think, ideal for criteria card C. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So 4, 1, and then 5. Let's just go with 4, 1, 5 and see where that leads us. Okay, so first, I guess let's, yeah, if it is true that circle is greater, that really wouldn't tell us much about what triangle and square should be. So I don't think I can sort of deduce what to pick for triangle and square if I compare triangle and circle using criteria card C. And of course I didn't even do B yet. Oh, I guess I did choose a 1. Okay, so there is a 1. Or at least in my proposal. Yeah, so let's go ahead and test criteria card. Let's do criteria card C. Let's do C. Okay, so no, it's not true that, oh, wait. I was thinking A. So in this case, triangle is not less than circle. So either triangle is equal to circle, and I guess I didn't consider that. That's our possibility for an equals. So let's do that. So in C, let's type up that triangle is either greater than or equal to circle. So let's see, but can we eliminate anything? So if triangle's either greater than or equal to circle, and the only way it'd be equal is if they were odd, right? Which is still possible. You do have 1s and 3s. But otherwise could, I guess triangle, oh, if triangle is to be greater than or equal, so that would mean that circle can't be a 5. So we can cross it out. And my computer's lagging just a little bit. Yeah, so as in the proposal, yeah, it can't be a 5. And since they can be equal, I think that's the only thing I can cross out. I can't cross out anything because they could be equal. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. Well, at least then we know, well, not really, but I was going to say either there's a single 1 or 2 ones because we need 2 odds. So if I test my proposal versus criteria card B, I could get a check mark, which means at least one digit is a 1 and the other would be 3. But if I get an X, then I don't know if there's 2 1s or 2 3s. Very interesting scenario. Oh, by the way, I should have crossed out the 3 in triangle. What happened there? Hold on. Did I already make a mistake? No, that was because of the 6. But we know that triangle can't be 3. Okay. I don't know how that escaped me. Okay. Well, so let me rephrase then. If I get a check mark on criteria card B, yes, there's a single 1, then I know the other's a 3. If I get an X, I guess technically I can still get, yeah, 2 3s and 2 1s. Now that, I don't think that has changed any, even though I did get rid of 1 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and test criteria card B. Let's see what it says. Okay, yes, there is a single 1. So for criteria card B, yeah, there is a single, and again, I apologize for the lagging, single 1 digit. Okay, so that then means that I have a 1 and a 3 and an even. So I don't know, again, which is 1, which is 3, and which is 2 or 4. I guess at this point I probably need to test, well, test criteria card A again to see if it is a 4. If not, it'd be 1 or 2. Oh, yeah, because, yeah, we tested C in this turn. Yeah, wow, okay, yeah. I guess let's go ahead and test criteria card A. That's the only other option I have. Okay, so yes, thank goodness. Triangle is greater than 3, so it is a 4. So let me go ahead and cross out the less than 3 part. Oops. Alright, so that means that yes, triangle cannot be a 1 or a 2. So let me do this. Well, that's not what I wanted, but alright. 2, 3, oops, and 5, which would mean that yes, square would have to be a 1 in order for that sum to be less than 6. Let me cross out everything else. Okay, so far I've got 4, 1, and since and since I have a 4, I have to have an odd, so that means circle can't be 2 or 4. And since there's only a single 1 digit, it has to be 3. Okay, so that did work out. Okay, surprisingly. So again, it can't be 1 because I can only have a single 1, and I already have that. It can't be 2 because I can only have 1 even, and it's got to be can be equal to 4 because there's only 1 even, and so yeah, it's a 3. So let me bring this back. So that actually worked out. I thought I might have to go to a 3rd round, but no. Okay, so the answer is 413. Okay, so let's do just a quick check here before we verify. Yes, triangle should be greater than 3. That's correct, and that would mean that it's a 4. Criteria card B is that there's only a single 1, and there is. Let's update our notes for C. Well, I guess we're deducing technically that it'd be greater than because of the, well, let's see. Yeah, we'd be deducing that it's got to be greater than because we already know that there's only a single even and only a single 1. And so, oh wait. Triangle is either, yeah, I apologize. Yeah, triangle is greater than circle. 4 is greater than 3. I apologize. And yeah, we already said that there's a single even and that the sum is less than 6. Yes. All right, fantastic. Now we're ready to go to turingmachine.info and test our solution of 413. Excellent. And now let's verify how we did versus the Turing machine. We did have 5 criteria cards, but we did 6 tests. So we did A, D, E, and we duplicated A, and we did A, B, C. So let's type that up. A, D, E. I already forgot. Yeah, ADE. And in the second round we did AB, and C was incorrect. So let's see how we did. Okay, wow, I'm really surprised that the Turing machine took 8 turns or 8 questions. Very surprised. Okay, so it was a fantastic win. I just felt a little, I'm not sure, puzzled might be the right word throughout solving, but it worked out. So fantastic. Well, if you notice any inefficiencies or any opportunities that I may have missed, thank goodness I caught that triangle 3 issue. Otherwise that would have probably confused me even more, but it worked out. And please add any ideas in the comments. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss out on any future video, please do hit subscribe and you'll be notified. Well, until next time, have a great one.